Okay, we're back. My mic wasn't working before, but now I got it working again, and we are back to another trade review. It was Friday, TGIF. Um, it's November 14th, Friday. Going into the market. So be quick. I just recorded a whole video with no audio, like 11 minutes, and it was really good. But so is life. We're just gonna do it again because why not? This needs to get out. Anyways, going in market open, I had spotted this bullish SMT. Wasn't sure if this was actually gonna hold up. You never know, but it got me definitely thinking and looking of longs. So look at this bullish SMT, and I'm looking also spotting and looking at this 1 hour. This was a 1 hour gap. This was a 15-minute gap. Looking for this to be like and this is my thought going into the market. We put in this bullish SMT, we retrace back into here, then we could go lower. That was like my idea for shorts. Ideas for longs, obviously we come up inverse these two gaps, then we go longer, and that's what happened today. One thing before I get into the trade setup that we actually took is a note I want to note down for my journal. I guess this is my journal, so something I want to point out before I get into the actual setup. Um, like I said, this gap, this inversion was a 1 hour gap, and this was a 15-minute gap, unmitigated. So I know this is going to be a retrace. I have a good feeling that this is going to be a retrace level. Um, and very potential to inverse because of the power of this 1 hour bullish SMT. Potentially we inverse it and go higher. So an opportunity that I might be looking to take in the future, and I see this happen a decent amount, is absolutely bottom ticking. So right here, right, we sell off market open, we print good gaps, we inverse these gaps with strength, and so you'd enter like right here, right off this 1 minute inverse. You can put stops at the bottom of the gap, and I'll draw out this gap, obviously. Let's do this gap right here. That's the gap we're inversing. Um, and the reason why I like this for a setup is because you can put it on. It's in such a discount. It's literally a bottom tick. That's how much of a discount it is. It's a bottom tick. It really is. And I'm not trading random 1 minute inverses. And the reason why I like it is because of the upside potential, which, as you can see, if you ended up holding this to the draws for the day, 440 points. Like that's an insane trade. And you could also go break even as soon as this candle closes. You're break even after 1 minute, and you just watch this print the rest of the day. So the reasons why I like this, I might look to take stuff like this in the future, is because I have I have key draws for like minimum take profits. Where why am I okay? I'm tripping. 1 hour. Um, so you enter this level right here. You enter at 714. I know for sure that we're gonna like. I'm confident that we're gonna go tap CE of this 1 hour gap, which is around 879. So you're in there for good 60-ish points. No, 160 points. um, so that's like your first major TP is 160 points. Beautiful. So, okay, I'm getting off topic. Anyways, I like this trade, and why I might look to take this in the future is because we're bottom ticking. We're in such a discount that the upside for it is crazy. Yes, you are counter trend trading, but worst case scenario, it comes up to that retrace area. You're in 160 points of profit. It respects it, and you take profits, and that's fine. The reason why I like this again is this 1 hour bullish SMT. If this bullish SMT isn't here, I don't think I like taking it. But if you get like taking this down for my mental note and for, I guess, physical note, if we get some sort of high time frame SMT in super discounted entry, like basically a bottom tick, I would be looking to take those trades. I don't mind taking this. Um, so yes, that's an opportunity that I could be looking at in the future. I do like that. But going into my actual trade idea for the day. Again, all starts with the 1 hour bullish SMT, looking to retrace into this 1 hour gap and this 15-minute gap, which we end up inversing at the same time at like 7. I'll go to that same candle closure. Right here, we inverse the 1 hour and the 15-minute, which are at the same level. Inverse it, draw back into it. So we could definitely, as long as we don't close below these gaps, you could look for continuation longs, and which is what we got today. So we inverse, draw back into it. We're looking for continuation longs. There was a breaker set up in here that ended up not working. We find a bullish breaker in here to kind of continue with trend. And this was a setup bullish breaker, make the lower low, make the higher high, confirm the breaker, draw back into it. On this candle, we enter at 961. Stops are below this 1 hour gap. There's also 1 minute BPR in here, which is kind of like your last line of defense, which lines up with that 1 minute gap. So that's a great place to put your, and also, give opportunities for wicks to come through. So 69, 70-ish points, it's a good stop loss. Well, not a good stop loss, but it's what you had to run here. And since we had to run that much of a stop loss, we went half risk on this, which is perfect. I only needed my, again, I don't think I mentioned it on this recording. I did on the last recording. I'm pretty sure I passed my account. We hit the profit target. Pretty sure we've hit consistency rule. So today, I only needed 35 points if we're in a full position to hit my profit target. And I mean, you can't run 35 points with a 70-point stop loss. That just doesn't make sense. So PJ is also saying go half size, which is perfect because half size for me in hitting my profit target is 70-ish points. I put it up at this midnight level, comes up, hits my TP. We're out, we're done, and we should have passed our account off that. It was looking scary when we entered here, and we're just bouncing around this range. We draw down into this 1 minute gap in the BPR gap. We get amazing V shape out of it, and from there we just print all the way up to Asia high, and we're still going. So crazy trade today. Again, a quick little overview of the trade today. All starts 1 hour bullish SMT at market open that I noticed. I know we're going to retrace back into this 1 hour gap, which inversed, this 15-minute gap, which inversed. So we're looking to either, like I said, trade into it and then keep going lower. But since we have this 1 hour bullish SMT, it makes sense that we do close through it, which we do. We inverse those at the same time. We draw back down into that range. We look for continuation longs, and we get an entry, and it hits. So that is our look for today's trade. And again, I want to shout out the early inverse, the bottom tick inverse, because of the 1 hour gap or the 1 hour SMT bullish, giving it strength for the upside, clear direction to the upside, inversing the gap. You're basically bottom ticking. You're at such a discount. I think it's a good idea to put on this trade, and a good amount of people did. So if you did, you got absolutely paid. So something that I want to look at in the future. Trade idea for today is very good. Loved it. I think I passed my account off it. And yeah, second recording. My mic's working this time. I can see it. Yeah, that's it for the week. Ended pretty good on the week. I need to calculate how many points I'm up on the week, but I didn't end a day red. These were quick little days that I just like a little bit of buffer days. Today I hit for 700, I believe. So about 1,000 for like 1,400, I think, on the week, which means, what is that? What's the math on that? 70 points for the week. It's not horrible. I don't mind it. 70 points past the account. Fine by me. So anyways, that's my trade recaps or my trading journal. This is what I meant to get to. So yeah, that was the trade for the day, and that closes out the week. See if we can continue this next week going to funded.